Hey everybody, so I stepped up a little bit and I bought my first 700 Sportsman and put a different motor in because the motor was shot, and found out after I got it started that the shifter would not shift. It would shift into low gear, but it wouldn't go into high. So I did some research, read some forums, and found out it's a pretty common problem. Let me show you what I'm doing here. If you got a problem with it shifting hard, first thing you want to check, move this out of the way, it's got your shifter mechanism right here. There's a metal panel, or some of these transmissions have plastic covers on them. They're known to leak. They get water in them. If you drive, like me in winter time, sometimes you get snow and they freeze up. They don't want to shift right. So I'm going to show you how to take this apart and what to check for. I already started taking mine apart and thought I'd shoot a quick video for you guys. So if you guys have the same problem, you know what to look for. So I started off with moving the linkage. Took that out. I took my nut off with the shifter. Beautiful part about working on all this stuff is everything is keyed. Just wiggle this off. So I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a bigger notch. So when you put it back together, you really can't screw it up. And as I get into this further, the rest of the stuff is all keyed like that too. So just keep in mind the orientation of which way this comes off. So what I was doing is I was just kind of laying everything out so I remember where it goes. Plug your wire. There's a clip that goes on there. I popped mine off already. Comes off. Shift indicator. You take your bolts off here. Yeah, mine was a pain to get off. I actually had to take a razor blade and try to dig in there, get that sealer out, and you have a rubber O-ring in here that keeps that sealed, and I'm assuming there's supposed to be one here, but mine is missing, so I'm guessing that's where the water came in from. So once you do that, just kind of wiggle it. Now normally this cover should just slide out. You're gonna have to push in on this at the same time. My O-ring's pretty tight, so everything just popped out with it. Pull that off. So normally that would be in that hole there. And normally there would be a spring there. Mine is rusted. See, that's kind of what's left of it. My spring rusted, so I'm assuming it wasn't pushing everything back up the way it's supposed to be. Normally the spring goes in here, and then this part will rest on it. Okay, so I put it back together so you can see how it's supposed to look. That spring right there is actually supposed to be quite a bit bigger. Mine, 3 rings rusted off. This shaft pulls right out, and this is keyed too, so you can't really screw that up. And then keep in mind the orientation of that, where that sits. Now, if you pull this apart, yours might be all rusty. So you might want to take it all apart and clean it. This comes off. Make sure this beveled edge is up when you put it back together. There's a flat edge, beveled edge. And this part would come off next. I might need to bind there with a screwdriver or something. Okay, so I just kind of kept wiggling it she pops out. This is keyed too, so you won't forget how to put that back in. Just remember that beveled side up, flat side in. And now you've got this. So I'm not going to take this part apart, but if you have to go this far to clean everything up, I would suggest making some marks on the gears there, so when you put this part back in, you know where it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this all up. I'm going to have to order a spring. A lot of guys, they'll fill this up with grease just so that if water were to get in there, it would help out. Some guys put a little bit in there. Some guys fill the whole thing up. I don't know if I'd go that route. So if you have any problems with shifting your transmission on a 700, check this out. This might be your problem. My spring was broken, so I wasn't pushing that lever back up. Obviously the gears weren't clicking into place like they should have been. Mine was an easy fix, thank God. I've seen other ones where everything's all rusted. You get rust stuck in between the gears and won't let you shift in the drive. So hopefully that might be your problem too. So yeah, give this a shot. Check this first before you end up tearing the whole tranny apart. It's a quick fix. It's cheap. Thanks for watching. And if you like my videos, subscribe. I have other Polaris ATV fixes also on my channel. Thanks again.